Hey, I'm Jared. This week we're going to be talking about time, and what would you say is your biggest time sink? If it's anywhere close to mine, it's probably the internet, and there's a reason for that. I just saw a stat that said 100 years ago, the amount of information a person received in an entire lifetime is the amount of information that you and I receive every single day. I looked at what the number one searches were from last year, and they were this. How do I use the update for Snapchat? How do I solve the Rubik's Cube, that's legit, I looked that up. And then how do I receive legendary marks? I had no idea what that was, so now of course I added to the stats by looking that up. Now that stuff's pretty harmless, but there's a lot of images that come, there's a lot of things that you look, there's a lot of sites that you look at that are not necessarily so great. God issues this warning. He says, be very careful how you live. Not as unwise, but as wise. That means take stock of the things you're looking at. Take stock at the things that are going in your brain. Because he goes on to say, the days are evil. There's so much content that we have, but that doesn't necessarily mean we're getting the right content. How about searches like, how do I love my spouse more completely? Or how do I find fulfillment at work? Or what does God have to say? Or science says this, what does God say? Why does it matter? It probably doesn't matter if you know how to use the Rubik's Cube or not, but when it comes to time, there are images that you never forget, and these images and these videos and these sites change the way you look at yourself. They change the way you look at relationships. They change the way you look at God. And you don't just have any God. You have a God that loves you. You have a God who cares about you. You have a God who really is concerned about what's best for you so that you can have life, as Jesus says, and have it to the full.